Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Cloth Talk. We appreciate y'all being patient with us. I know we said weekly, but we lied. Call me George Bush. Call me George Bush. It's all good. I hope y'all ready to get into it, man. We got some great topics for y'all today. Of course, the All-Star cast. We got the usual suspects here. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Prophet the Problem, Pepto Bismol, getting it in, long strokes. You already know how that goes. I'm gonna let everybody else introduce themselves. Go ahead and bring yourself in, fellas.
You see the name, I ain't gonna say nothing. He's Groovy, you know. On all bullshit.
Yeah, come on, Tire Lips.
I forgot we on a
Yeah.
Hey, man. You know what? You know fucking what?
It's your boy, the Mighty Shad P, the Latchkey Kid in the building, letting you know that yesterday's price is not today's price.
Not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. And our price just went up. Let's go.
Wake up. Hey, I'm rocking with this instrumental. Just, man.
So it's Amigo shit about to come up. Right.
I feel like this is how Offset felt when he cheated on Cardi B. Yeah. Like a champion.
What is wrong with this man?
Live Mike, he's uncensored. Let's go.
Hey, yo, we unfiltered in here, man. Cloth Talk. We're going to switch it up to our usual music. Usual Suspects is back, as y'all know. Whoa. Bring my tunes back. Bring my tunes back, man. Here we go. We got everybody in the building.
So
what?
I know we got our topics, but I realize there's a topic that we didn't have on the list.
I think he's talking about the one I left off on purpose because my feelings were hurt. Continue.
I know it's Wednesday, you know. We're 4 days removed now.
He's gonna talk about it.
Your boy got knocked the fuck out.
Hey, man, my man can't box. He can punch, but he can't box.
Thank you for saying it just like that. He can punch, but he can't box. He was exposed 3 fights in a row, if you want to be honest. 4, because the fight before Fury, before the first Fury fight, when he fought the Spanish dude, the big one, the one he ended up knocking out. Yeah, he exposed him a little too.
So here's my thing, man.
And then 3 straight Tyson Fury fight. If you want to be real, he's 0. In my opinion, he's 0-3. That first one won a draw.
First off,
he lost.
Relax with the disrespect. I'm gonna say
why? Because he's a black man.
Oh
no!
You're getting him started. You gotta get him started.
Look, he sucks. Let's be real.
Whoa! First off,
he's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony.
You know what?
One trick.
You're about to get me started early, Keys. Let me tell you something.
I see it.
And it's sure in hell still good now.
Hey, man.
Let me tell you something. The boy only got 2 losses. 2 losses to the same motherfucker. First one, the boy's gloves were floppier than foreskin. I don't want to hear that shit. All right? Let's act like... Don't act... Whoa. So, first
off... you know that man lost first fight. You know Fury lost.
No, he didn't.
It is undisputable that he lost that first fight.
Can I just say something? The man's got 2 losses on his record by the same person who happens to be the champion. How much are you going to try to discount from this guy? How much credit are you going to try to take from him just because he doesn't know how to box?
Well, let's be real about who he is and what he is. He's like you guys said, he's a great fighter. He's a great brawler. But Deshaun is right. He has no real skill. And many people compare this man to Tyson. Don't get me wrong. I love watching the Bronze Bomber throw down. I love it. Because I do love seeing a cat just get knocked out. And that's really, we sometimes there's people that do appreciate the sport and appreciate the sweet science. And then there's sometimes that there's a reason why you put asses in the seat to knock a man out. And he does that better than anybody in his division. However, he is limited. And you can't sleep on a cat like Tyson Fury, who beat at one point in time was considered somebody unbeatable in the Klitschko. So it's, Tyson Fury is the real deal, and he should have come with a better game plan. I don't think him and Malik Scott really worked on the game plan more other than gaining weight. And that's really, there wasn't too much to work that they worked on in my eyes.
I feel like it was just the cardio part of it. That and whatever him and Malik worked on, you can clearly tell Deontay went totally left at everything him and Malik.
He obliterated the game plan after he got knocked out. And it's like, you know what? I have to go for broke.
Give me 1 second, because now you're making me a spectator here. Gonna throw these on right quick. So first off, so guys, what you fail to realize here is he was in the fight. He was actually boxing a very good game. If you look, it wasn't until after, like they said, he knocked down Tyson Fury that he felt like he had the reins, and he completely left all sense of training. He stopped jabbing, he stopped straightening, he stopped moving his legs, and he started trying to fight with him square up because he felt like he had the advantage. Now, in my opinion, this is where he fucked up at. Because the moment that he threw out all of his game plan, as you mentioned, you could tell that he wasn't conditioned. He was winded by round 4. And Tyson Fury whooped his ass and went to a white people rave. Not a black people party, a white people rave, where they jump and scream and throw their hands up. There's mosh pits and there's neon lights and DJs. Who's that Asian DJ who's got the long hair, looks like Asian Jesus? He was there. And he was out there mixing his ass off with Tyson Fury with no shirt on. Looking like grown version of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill. Am I lying?
No, you weren't. He got outclassed towards the end. It wasn't a bad fight. Would I have paid $80 for it? No. But it was not a bad fight. Shout out to this cat on Twitter who had it rocking all night. But overall, no, it was a fantastic fight. He just deviated from the game plan that I knew was totally different than what actually happened.
I'll say it in the words of Will Ferrell from one of my favorite movies, The Other Guys. You were outgunned and outmanned. Straight up. There's no way to say it. You may be able to punch hard, but this dude throws hard punches in succession. So you backing up in a corner, you coddling yourself, you trying to, like I said, he lost the game to a guy with chicken legs, and the top half of his body looks like the robot made from the Jetsons. I'm sorry, there's no way you can slice the pie on this.
All of us can say we're well traveled in the streets. You've danced with a woman bigger than you. You've danced with a woman you're bigger than. What makes you more tired? Where are you expending that energy just a little bit further? The man outweighed him, I believe, by a decent amount. He was hefty. This is Tyson Fury we're talking about. He used his girth on him. His girth got him tired. And I don't know if Deontay was also using the Zab Judah method of get him out in 4 rounds or it's over for me, and follow that particular conditioning game plan. Because as we can all tell with Zab Judah's career, he had the same problem. Where if I don't beat you early, then it's going to be a long night for me. I don't remember the last time Deontay Wilder won a decision. Not went to decision, won a decision. The last decision he actually had, it was a split draw that he should have won. But that's neither here or there. You're not conditioned. He's conditioned to knock you the F out. And Arreola, Dominic Brazil, Stavern, all those people that he knocked out, I don't believe they got far into the fight before he had to knock them out. I think Stavern was maybe the closest, so I think 10, around 10 or 11.
I think so.
But You're not conditioned to move like that. And like I said, we've been with women who've been bigger and smaller than us, and it's expending energy. And Tyson smothered him. What he did, he had a proper game plan, but he's not conditioned, and he has to get better with skill, because the wild punches is what's going to get you knocked out, and that's what ultimately happens.
Absolutely. But at this point, he did lose. Tyson Fury's the champion. I think boxing will be interesting for the next couple, of bouts. The Wilder Joshua. We got Anthony Joshua. That's next.
Well, Joshua's got the rematch with Usyk, and Usyk's gonna walk circles around him again. And so, I would say that Joshua's good at the rematch. So Joshua doesn't lose the rematch. He typically wins though. So.
At the end of the day,
my thing is, even if he loses the rematch, he's gotta. I mean, he's still him and Wilder still got to fight.
Well, that's because that's where the money is, and that's the one thing about boxing that I will always dislike more than anything else is that you have to follow the money.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about presentation.
Fair.
And you know what presentation is. Hold on, I got help.
Without the presentation, there's no. Hey, Dave, what's the popular term these days? Cheddar.
There's no cheddar without the presentation.
And that's fair. That is fair, and that's why the lighter weights are always going to continue to dominate, because faster pace, bigger chance of a knockout possibly. In presentation, it's aesthetically pleasing.
But I think Wilder's going to be whoever it is he fights next, which I'm pretty sure he's going to take a little time off. Ego-wise, you just lost twice, got knocked out twice. So ego-wise, he's going to sit down for a little minute, but it's going to get dark for whoever he got next. I will say that.
See, I agree with you, and I think this is the point. This could possibly be a turning point, because let's not forget this is only 2 losses, but he also turned down the opportunity for Floyd Mayweather to train him to fight Tyson Fury this round. So I think that his ego is going to be put to the side a little bit. He's going to become.
But let's be real, right?
He's still going to be the bronze bomber. I'm not going to say he's not, because he got a bomb to throw on your ass if it connects. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but
in my opinion, right? Is Mayweather the person, and y'all know how I feel about Mayweather. I'm not a fan. But is he the person to train him, though?
Absolutely. He's
one of
the best conditioned fighters. He may not be big.
You're right.
He may not be, yes, he's fast. But think about how many fights he has that go the distance, and he's the last man standing.
But you got to look at the thing is, like with Mayweather, it's kind of like Jordan in a sense that Mayweather trains a lot of people.
Yeah,
they don't end up coming out like him.
Ain't Tank in his camp?
Yeah, he got Javante.
You got Tank Davis.
He had Adrian Broner.
Well, my thing is, look at their. To me,
you cut it out. Wait, time out. You cut it out.
Maybe that's what it is.
You don't bring him up. You cut that out. You don't bring up Adrian Broner.
Adrian still brought me there after what my dad did.
I'm about to say, AB is still that nigga, man. I
can't take anything away from him. He only has 3 losses. So I can't take anything away from him.
3 bad losses.
But yeah, that's what the thing. They're bad. They're 4 bad losses. He has 4 bad losses. And
every time he gets in the ring and goes to box, he looks like he's been hanging out with Choose Boy. It's exactly how he looks. I don't like it. He annoys me. I would love to see him in Tank fight. To be honest with you, because I feel like Adrian Broner is too much. He's too much of a showman. He's not enough of a boxer. He tries to make too much of a spectacle out of the event instead of making an example out of his opponent, and that is why he gets on my nerves.
Well, Tank's got his work cut out for him. 2 months. So I'm not saying
boy, right?
Yeah. And that boy don't play. He doesn't play, but Tank's got. I think Tank would do something terrible to Adrian Broner. And as much as I'm not a fan of his, I wouldn't want that on him. But I just think that Mayweather can try to teach him. I think Mayweather's gonna get frustrated with Deontay Wilder, and that's just my
I don't
personal
know.
opinion.
I think it's because, but I think Mayweather is the perfect person outside of what just happened to him to humble him. He knocked out Malik Scott.
Right.
You can't. I knocked you. I might be paying you to train me, but at the same time, I already whipped your ass.
I didn't agree with that move. I didn't agree with that move. Like I'm not. I whoop your ass. What am I paying you for?
I mean, unless he saw something in Malik Scott in that fight, or just in something in him in general. But I will say Mayweather has that type of personality to humble you. Like Gervonta Davis is huge. His head is huge. Pause.
I'm gonna say this last part.
But
oh, sorry, my bad, Keith. Go ahead.
Hold on.
You froze on mine. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. I was like stuck like that. But yeah, I think Mayweather is the perfect person to humble him and calm him down. I will say that.
Okay. I hope so. I hope there's somebody there, because I'm hearing, his trainers coming out talking greasy about him, saying his old trainer prior to when he got with Malik, saying this man is untrainable, he can't be coached. So,
I mean,
I'm gonna just say this. My fair opinion. There's only two people that I would like to see train Deontay Wilder: either Floyd Mayweather or Freddie Roach. I feel like the only two people that can bring fundamentals to his game, because they're fundamental boxers to the team. They've always been fundamental boxers, and even the people that they've trained have outclassed them in fundamentals. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Freddie Roach coach Tyson Fury in the second fight?
Correct.
Yeah.
So
again, fundamental boxers. So that's my.
Roach is a loyal guy, man. So that's the kind of thing about him. Like if he trains one, he doesn't really go to the other side like that. Then I will say that about him.
Money talks, presentation. Not for money isn't everything for everybody though. Yeah. Like you said, loyalty. A lot of people, loyalty is bigger than money.
Popular term is this? Cheddar.
And I think he's gonna realize that, because he might coach Tyson in the future. But I think you're right though. If there is somebody that can at least be patient enough with him, is Freddie Roach. Man's kicking Parkinson's ass, so I know that he can help.
He kicked Parkinson's ass and didn't get COVID. God damn, Freddie Roach. Let's give it up for my guy.
Wait, Freddie Roach got COVID?
No, he didn't. That's the point.
Oh, he didn't? Okay, yeah, okay. Wait a minute. News to me.
Speaking of roaches, that brings us to our next topic, and our first main topic tonight of our couple main topics. Let's talk about on tire lips. Our boy who resigned here, John Gruden, said one too many things. He didn't know when to stop, like a blind person wiping their ass. This shit was crazy. Man, how do they know when this is another conversation? Anyways, but, this really sucks for him, because his team was on the up and up. I think he was finally getting under that stigma of, nigga, you just took over Tony Dungy's team and got a Super Bowl. He was going to be able to start a legacy of his own. He was no longer the brother of the other Gruden. Not that he ever was, but he is now. It's an ugly situation. Do I think he deserved to be fired? Yes. There's no rhyme or reason why he should have a job and Colin Kaepernick doesn't. Quite frankly, my opinion. Also, on a separate note, but related, does this mean they're going to look at Dan Snyder now? It's a lot of questions that are coming from this.
They should.
They absolutely.
I mean, Jay Gruden doesn't have a job now, so you gotta go somewhere. And trust me, there's more. There's a smoking gun. There's a smoking gun right now, and somebody.
Ryan Clark said it best. Ryan Clark said it best. For you to feel that comfortable to say that, and for the people you sent it to be that comfortable to receive it, and we're just hearing about it now.
Yep.
Well, let's
he did the most gangster thing ever. The nigga said, "I don't feel like discussing this anymore." Hey, Hey, that's the most gangster shit ever. So you not only sit there and call him a racial epithet, but then you turn around and tell this nigga, look, I said I'm sorry. I'm not saying this shit no more. Get off Michelin Lips. Get out of here.
Let me dive into a controversial way of this. First and foremost, was he wrong? Was he wrong? We've all seen DeMaurice Smith, and I'm gonna get it out there. I didn't feel offended because black people do have big lips. Damn it, that's part of our defense mechanism. That's just what we have. What's got going on? He wasn't wrong.
Nope.
The climate in which he said it was wrong, but his personal observation of him was wrong. Was not wrong. The man has big lips. Somebody get the graphic up, but he has big lips. It's a fact. Two. Dave Chappelle wasn't wrong either. Dave Chappelle wasn't wrong either. And I'm going to explain why. I know you guys seen the meme, the people out there in YouTube land. We didn't decide to let John Gruden go until the comments became either homophobic or misogynistic. This man, we knew about him calling DeMaurice Smith Big Michelin Lips for 4 days before he decided that with the NFL and Mark Davis, who isn't also slick, because we know you didn't want to pay this man $100 million for 10 years. We're not stupid.
It sounded good when he offered it, but then he realized.
Absolutely. He said, you know what? I'm not paying 8 and 8 every year. $10 million. Get him out of here. You got the smoking gun. Here it is. So I will take that to my grave that's what actually happened. But
I have a question. I'm going to slide a question in there. To that point, do you think they would have changed up their tune if they got Aaron Rodgers in Las Vegas like you wanted?
Absolutely.
And it was
100%.
Aaron Rodgers and Gruden?
But here's absolutely.
I mean, it still would have came out because all of this came from investigating Washington. It wasn't like they were looking into Gruden. All of this came about from the Washington stuff. So it's still, even if they had Aaron Rodgers, it still would have came out.
But they've been investigating Washington
for 20 years.
For 20 years. Bruce Allen's really in the middle of all of this. Let's not forget that.
That's 5 years. That's 5 years less than the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. That's what dropped that in there. They're
also
serving a life sentence right now. 25 years.
A fact, and I will unleash on them later. But
they've been losing longer than Tupac's been dead. I'm done. Go ahead.
That is a fact, people. Look it up. It is a fact. It is not opinion. January 1996, the last time they held a world championship. It is not an opinion. It is a fact. My birthday was the next day. Actually, so I remember.
Nice.
Terrible birthday. Had to go to school. But anyway.
Oh, hold on, I got you, Cap.
Ashtray, bitch.
I needed one that day. That's neither here nor there. But like I said, Dave Chappelle wasn't wrong.
Rarely is. Rarely is.
And again, like I said, he was able to insult DeMaurice Smith for 4 days. We didn't do it for 4 days, but we knew about it for 4 days. And his job was never in question.
4 whole days.
But as the emails started to pour in and everything else, now he has to be let go of his job. So the question that we have to ask ourselves is this cancel culture or is this accountability?
Accountability.
And so, but it can swing both ways, Keith. And that's when we need to truly have a nuanced conversation about what actually happened. Was he wrong? Like I said, in what he said, and I know I joked about the thing with DeMaurice Smith, because again, he has to still look at the social climate and see how that lands. You call a white man say something about that man's lips like that.
Those emails were from like what? They said
2011. They're from 2011.
20. Okay, so over 10 years ago.
While he was still an employee with the company that tried to railroad him on Monday night. While he was an employee for that same company that is fake mad about this whole situation. But
well, that was right before racism ended, right? 2011. Right?
Cut the camera off.
Yeah. We're not racist. Obama became president. There's no such thing as racism, guys.
Allegedly.
There's only homophobia.
You know, we're trying to get rid of critical race theory and all that. So they're going to erase that tomorrow. They're going to erase that by the next school year. It never happened.
They're going to get rid of family life, too. It's going to be called critical sex theory. But anyways, so... So...
we're trying to get syndicated and you're going to say that shit.
Yo.
So back to Dr. Lipschitz.
We ain't never get no NBC.
Back to Lipschitz.
Shit, they can employ Mike Tirico. I know they can employ us. Shit, fuck out of here. That nigga was touching bitches. He was touching bitches.
As long as they give Keys his own segment with Brandon Marshall, I'm all for it. But
I want all the smoke.
Keep messing with him. Here, keep messing with him.
All the smoke. And I hope one day he watches this. Him and his dumbass wife Michi.
No! Now you're going too far.
I don't like her ass either. Nope. She's annoying.
Now you're going too far. That's a lovely.
But I would like to go 1-on-1 with Asia Crowder.
I bet you would. Channing Crowder, country ass.
You know what?
Hey, Channing crazy though. I ain't going
beat your ass.
Hey, Channing, my bad, dog.
Kings, at the end of the day, because you know I'm a side with my athletes. At the end of the day, I'm an advocate for athletes, and you know it's about mental health.
No, I'm huge on it. Huge.
Hey.
We know Keys is good. So.
Hey. I'm about to go viral. I'm telling you, I'm about to go.
Bro, the way he looks.
I'm going viral. I'm going with Gruden. I'm going viral. I'm going with Gruden because it's about.
Hey, bro.
And
I know this has nothing to do with none of these topics. Bro, the moment he turned and he looked at Dez Bryant, bro, I knew it was about to happen. Well, we can't side with Dez, man. What we can't. I knew shit was about to go left.
Hey,
and who coached Dez before he being uninformed the way he was uninformed talking about Cap like that? Hold on, man. Because that's the problem that we do have is I know Dez didn't finish at Oklahoma State. I know he didn't finish. But damn, you can't get on the platform and be uninformed like that, man. And that's I can't.
Well, I mean, that's at the same time, that was his personal comments about his personal relationship with Cap. So it's a little different when it came to that, though. So,
but he started to speak about what he may have done and what hasn't done. It's a simple Google search of what Cap's actually done for the cause. You got to be able to do that. That's simple. I thought his comments was backhanded. I know he has a personal relationship. I know that's Cap is one of his guys still. They probably just had a disagreement fundamentally, but you can't go on uninformed. No. We get on this platform,
especially on a platform like that.
We got it buttoned up. At the end of the day, we laugh and joke, but we got it buttoned up. We know what we're talking about here. You cannot get on the airwaves and be that uninformed.
Bullshit. That's what I said. Shit. But you know what? It's a great thing being uninformed. And you know who's about to be uninformed? Las Vegas. I'm curious, guys. What is the state of the Raiders? Because at this point, they're uninformed as to who their leadership is going to be. And at this moment, they weren't. I didn't think that they were doing bad.
They weren't.
They weren't doing terrible.
I think now that the Gruden distraction, because they've honestly said that distraction has been around for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks they lost. So
yeah, I feel like with that distraction no longer there, that they can get back to how they started the season. So
they sandbagged on Sunday, if you ask me, in my honest opinion. With looking at highlights and looking at the tape, they didn't look like themselves against the Bears, and They sandbagged it. They took the L because they knew what was coming on Monday. But I think they'll be okay.
Yep.
So do you see? Who do you see taking that spot? You see somebody like Doug Peterson? You think they're gonna go outside of head coach? You think they're gonna go offensive coordinator?
I think the guy who replaced him. I think they're gonna. Is anytime your head coach get fired and you get the job for the rest of the season, especially early in the season, it's an audition. It's an interview. So he could be the next person. They might go out and get another big name. It's the Raiders. You never can just hire anybody with the Raiders. So, and they've never done that.
I think they should go with either their offensive coordinator or their assistant coach.
There's a guy.
Well, I think their assistant coach is their head coach now. So
I think they should keep that for the year. The reason why,
for the year,
but because why bring in another coach to implement a different system?
They're not going to do that till the offseason. They never do that till the offseason, though. So
exactly, and you're 3-2 right now. Number 2 in your division behind the Chargers, who are very good but beatable. Let's face it, they're not Kansas City, who isn't even Kansas City this year. They're not Tampa Bay. They're not the Cardinals, who we're going to talk about them later. But I think they're in a position where they could either win or they could either rise or tank. I think it's going to be dependent on the leadership, not so much in the system implemented, but how he keeps the team gelled and how he keeps
that's the biggest part.
The momentum in the right direction. Because if he can't steer this momentum the way that he needs to, they can easily be an 8-8 team with a really decent roster.
But I will say there is a guy with the Kansas City. There's a guy with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he's an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, the enemy should be the guy that should be look at consideration.
He's been thinking about taking I forgot I think it was the USC job.
They've been talking about him. They're saving that seat for Urban Meyer. That seat to get warm for Urban.
Hey man, if I'm him, I go to USC personally, but that's just me.
That seat's getting warm for Urban Meyer. He's not long for the NFL.
You think Urban's going to USC?
I have my strong suspicion that they keep him warm.
As a Trojan fan, at this point, I wouldn't want him. His last 2 places have come with controversy. He left Ohio State, controversy. Now his Jaguars job, controversy. At this point, I wouldn't even want to touch Urban personally. Pause.
Gotcha. I got you.
But yeah, I can see though them right now keeping Rich Biasha, who is their current interim head coach, who was their assistant under John Gruden, as probably if they do well, they still have 12 games. I think if he can muster maybe a 6-6 out of that, then he's done enough to probably get the job. Or Gus Bradley.
If they're above 500, their season's a success.
I think they're going to go the route of Gus Bradley because he is the most tenured coach on their staff now. Yeah. And I was shocked that he wasn't named the interim coach, he's won. At least Gus Bradley's won somewhere. So I think that will be the route that I think they end up with.
Could be his choice.
There's also an offensive coordinator down with the Bucs.
You talking about Leftwich? Think Leftwich?
Is he ready for a head coaching job?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Absolutely.
It's him, but also Keys. Even though it's his first year there, Deuce. He's with Detroit right now. They're 0-3. Even though put it this way. Even though their team is trash, he should have got the shot in Philly. Our running room was something to be respected when he was the coach there. What is our running room since he's left?
He should be the offensive coordinator, but not the head coach. I would have took him as our OC in Philly, but not our head coach.
I think that he's
still made a mistake picking Sirianni.
I think that he. Oh my bad. Go ahead, Shaq.
Oh no. I'm just saying that ultimately, That was a splash higher in getting Serrani. But the reason they picked Serrani is they wanted that Zach Taylor.
Yep.
They wanted a new boy.
Sean McVay, Cliff Kingsbury, young
I'm glad
white
we got him
guy.
with Josh McDaniels.
I agree.
And he's going to rue the day he didn't take the Indy job. He is going to rue the day that they ended up getting Frank Reich, which isn't bad because I think Frank has actually been decent in Indy. It's just he's been saddled with, to me, not so great quarterback play. And I'm not taking anything away from Wentz. It's just that I don't think Wentz could have went to that system.
Keep losing. That's all
Let
I
me
say.
tell you something.
Keep playing and keep
lost. Even though he lost,
he
I
looked
don't care
good.
what nobody say.
He
Hell of a
looked great.
game. Hell of a game against the Ravens.
It was on both
Hell
sides.
of a game against the
Definitely
Ravens.
was. Defense gave it away.
The thing is, Indy's been in damn near every game they've lost.
Yep.
So that's another thing that's puzzling about it. But I didn't expect Wentz to pick up a system that quick and excel in it. And that's just me. I knew that they weren't going to be bad.
I did. It's his old system. I do.
Yeah.
Because he has Frank Reich.
You got a ring under this system. This was the guy you came out of college and got under. I expected you to pick up the system faster than R. Kelly picks up kids from Chuck E. Cheese. Like, come on, this is easy. Like, you don't leave. I put it this way: if Cam Newton came to Washington right now, would he look better or the same than he did with the Bill Belichick?
I think he would look better because of, like you said, it's the system. The thing about
but who do you think is a better coach between Rivera and Belichick?
Right now, Rivera.
Belichick.
Period. Belichick.
Belichick. It's just it's the thing though that is propelling Washington more so than anything else is that they just have a good story to tell with their quarterback. It's basically varsity blues. He's a good looking kid. Went to ODU or wherever school he went to, and he has a good story to tell, even though he's got a bandana.
Heineke?
Yeah, Heineke. And so Washington's going to be okay. They're always going to be middling, and I think they're okay with being a middling team. They're good with having first or second place schedule. As long as they're not third or fourth, they're all right. And that's...
As long as they keep having self-inflicted wounds, they're never going to get past where they are now. They always hurt themselves more than they're hurt by other people. When we look at the NFC East just as a whole, everybody, with really the exception of Dallas, is just an incomplete team. It's either one side of the ball excels 1 week or it's the other side. And that's all that it is. Washington, every week is their offense. And then 1 week they have a good defensive game. Philly, finding some way.
Defense.
And it was defense. Now it's offense. It's a pick and choose type of thing. Same thing with the Giants. We've held teams to like 17 points at one point in time and still lost. So it's Dallas right now. They can toot their little stinking horns at 4-1, but
I need Dallas to finish the entire season above 5 to 6 games above 500. But Dallas easily can win this. Our division, like you said, they should be dog walking our division. Let's be real. They should be.
In theory, they are. I mean, with a 2-game lead over everybody, at least, and a 3-game
they're not doing bad. They definitely.
They're not doing bad, but they gotta. The train is always on schedule with Dallas. The train never is.
By week 8, it starts derailing.
It's never off schedule.
Well, it's not December yet.
Something always happens though. Last season,
Mac Jones might do them bad this weekend, if we're gonna be honest.
Hey, Mac looked good against his team's old QB. Let's be honest. He almost beat him.
Should be.
The kicker fucked him. Pause.
I knew he was gonna say something.
I knew.
I'm sorry. Like, I was over here. I got breath mint. I'm over here trying to,
Oh, hey, real quick, shout out to our viewers, man. Please drop us a comment if there's anything that we're talking about. You know what I mean? we all got the comments up, so we're all reading. You know, we're
Shout out
definitely
to the Cloth Talk fam, yo.
yeah, definitely, man. So that was drop a comment, let us know you watching, let us know who's watching, so we can shout you out.
Facts.
Let me ask you this, because I was gonna save this for later, but I kind of want to move this topic up. So at this point, we're talking about Oakland, we're talking about Washington, how they kind of look like Washington, and how the Cowboys look like they're gonna take the division. Whose season do you think is just already over? I know it's still early. There's still plenty of football left to be played.
I don't even know.
But who do you think is whose season do you who needs to start looking at the draft?
Hold on.
I feel like I know who Shad is gonna say just based off of his face.
It better be the Giants.
That's terrible. Oh man, that's terrible. But I'm not gonna say the Giants though. I'm not.
I will. Let's take a look here. As usual, I'm gonna say the Dolphins, the Jets. Even though at 1-4, I mean the Patriots are 2-3, so they're not that far behind. The Bills are 4-1. I don't see them dropping that, anything like that. The Jaguars, per usual. Definitely the Texans, and as of right now, it looks like the Colts too, because they're 1-4. So if I had to, and that's just the AFC. That's just if I gotta pick one team in the AFC, I would just say the Jaguars.
I was gonna say just one team in general. You being greedy.
Oh my bad. Well, shit, I would say it's hard because I got three teams. I really think it's either the Lions, the Jaguars. Lions and Jaguars.
I'm going to say the Lions. And the reason I'm going to say the Lions is because they haven't won. They're one of the few teams that hasn't won. And not only are they one of the teams that hasn't won, you're one of the only teams that has no wins that does not have a rookie quarterback. You actually, kind of, in my opinion, got an upgrade in the quarterback position, and you're still looking like Detroit. And he wants to win. So at this point, you've got new people in the regime. You can blame the regime because Patricia's not there. But everywhere else that's got a rookie coach, I feel like, or a first-year head coach, has at least one win. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
And the one
Urban Meyer. Literally, Urban Meyer is the only one that doesn't.
But he also has a rookie quarterback.
So, with that, my heart hurts for Dan Campbell. He really wanted this job. He didn't know what he was getting himself into. And he looked quite dejected during his press conference.
His press conferences are gold, by the way.
My heart broke during the last one because they're in it. They're usually in these games. I mean, there've been some games that they've been throttled in, but the San Francisco game, the Baltimore game, your heart breaks for a guy like Dan Campbell. He's a lovable meathead. We want to see him eventually do well, and that's just like all meatheads.
Yeah, a lot of love.
He did. It's Detroit, and it's so cold in the D, from what they say, and it's a long
pause.
Shut up. It was. I knew you was going to say that, but it's sad. My heart breaks for Dan Campbell, but yes, he's on the block. Not on the block, but the Lions stink. The Jaguars, for obvious reason. And the third worst team in the NFL by record definition, the New York Giants. Am I going to still pick them for the next 12 weeks or 13 since we have an extra week? Yes. I'm still going to pick them in every game. But it's going to be hard to win some games when you have a quarterback who's not concussed, may not make it to protocol.
So
the
wait.
the NFC West champ. I mean the NFC West runner up last year, and the current NFC West runner up Rams. They're gonna kill us. We're gonna get killed. Saquon is hit or miss. We don't. He's gonna be gone for at least 4 to 8 weeks.
That's the biggest thing that's gonna hurt y'all right there. Who's the running back behind Saquon?
Devontae Booker, and I don't know why he's there.
Stop. You said something there that was key that I don't agree with. I believe that Saquon isn't their biggest loss. As funny as this shit sounds, I think it's Daniel Jones. Because do you really want Mike Glennon back there behind center?
That's true.
Let's give you insight on what took place on Sunday. We had that game well in hand with Daniel Jones as the quarterback. And let's keep it a buck here.
Y'all played all last season without Saquon Barkley. Did you not? So you already
Devontae Booker scored. And Daniel Jones is competent enough to go toe-to-toe with Dallas. And that's just my thing. I believe was not mistaken. He was at the time 2-2. The start loss is obviously going to go towards him because he lost on Sunday. But he plays Dallas well. And we had that game well in hand. And it was that delayed handoff that didn't need to happen. So it was self-inflicted as far as the concussion. But Dallas did go head hunting. And that's just a fact. But when you lose Golladay, who's had knee trouble thus far all season, and you paid him all that money.
Shout out to Detroit.
Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton didn't play. When you're down to John Ross and C.J. Board and Evan Ingram,
Cordell's always good.
No, we ain't been good in 5 years, and I'm hurt, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We are going to more than likely get murdered on Sunday. It's going to be a murder. Aaron Donald's going to have his way with Mike. His absolute way.
Okay, so here's my thing. It's ugly. It's not cute at all. It's definitely the ugly sister from Shrek.
And the Jets are done too. I just told that.
That sound was so timely.
The Jets are done too. But they're done for different reasons.
So look.
Why are the Jets done? What reason?
Before we get to the Jets, because I want to talk about the Giants.
Okay, we'll dive into the Jets in a moment. Okay, go ahead.
So my thing with the Giants is this. Saquon's only going to be out for a couple of weeks. This concussion protocol, he may not make it past this week. He'll be back next week.
You refer to Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about one guaranteed week where y'all are ass, but unpredictable, right? And who do y'all play?
I wouldn't rush Daniel Jones to line up across Aaron Donald after I just had a concussion. It's not smart.
Facts. So he's not going to be there next game. Saquon's not going to be there next game. That's one game. It's one game. Granted, it's 10 games of football left. It's going to be a hard road ahead. Do I think y'all will go above 500? No, but you can hit 500, which is not really looking towards the draft because that puts you in the middle of the pack. And I think that's where the Giants are going to fall, is the middle of the pack.
But I don't think a fourth place schedule is a bad thing at this point.
No.
And us getting that second place schedule after being so bad last year, it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. And so getting a fourth place schedule and having to play a bunch of fourth place teams who aren't good, and we can at least rack up some wins next year, I can live with that.
Do you see Daniel Jones going into next year, though? Absolutely.
Well, he's on a contract. He has no choice. So we just won't pick up his option. I assure you of that.
No, I think
we'll be looking for his replacement. He's not going to get that option picked up, and he should. He's been balling this year, so I can't even put 1-4 on him like that. The team going into Dallas should have been 3-1. A phony false start. A phony offsides call on a kickoff. It didn't happen. I looked at the replay. It didn't happen. Dexter wasn't offsides. And Bradbury dropping a pick in the end zone against Atlanta is the only reason right now that this team was 1-3 going into the Dallas game. So they've been in it other than the Denver game, and they were in that until 7 minutes, until the fourth quarter. So the Giants, do they have a shot if the pieces are there? It's just the pieces aren't there, and we're not getting the pressure that we need on the line. I always hate 3-4 systems. I've never liked them. I don't like coaches that use 3-4 systems.
Really?
I hate it. It's bad. Unless you have somebody like TJ Watt or Aaron Donald.
I'm about to say, I think you more or less gotta have the right linebackers for that 3-4.
Right, and that's the thing. The Giants, with Blake Martinez being out, and you had the opportunity to get Smith from Dallas, who's now in Green Bay.
So did we.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. But don't you guys, if I'm not mistaken, run the 3-4 as well?
Look, you know what? You confused me because you said, "Don't you guys run?" and I almost said, "No, we don't run." But
Yeah, you guys
run. We don't run. It's the fucking problem.
Yo, shout out to the Eagles, by the way. But y'all did the thing. Y'all found a way to win on Sunday. So,
and I love the.
My
I
bad.
ain't gonna lie. I was a little. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I was a little worried on Sunday. I was a
lot worried. I was
in my group chat.
Until that
our group
last
chat was going crazy.
Until that last
it was a game to lose. No question about it. It was a game for you guys to lose, but you guys held serve, and so you should be quite happy that you guys did that. You got held serve and beat a good team. Carolina's no slouch.
They're not. They were 3-1, and here's my thing. Right, I got 2 takeaways from that game that kind of proved that my predictions were right. One, Sam Darnold looks great in Carolina. I predicted that. Unlike I predicted Dallas sucking this year, I definitely said that this man was going to look better in Carolina. I was excited to see him, all that other shit. I was glad to see that came into fruition. And it also gave me the proof that people been bullshitting about Jalen Hurts, and they need to stop giving him as much of a hard time as they do. He has ran 86% of our offense this season, and we are 2 and 3, and we don't run the ball. And his passing rating is 3 digits. So he's in the hundreds. So what are we talking about?
You know why I don't like Jalen Hurts though? Because he had Q, and I almost had an altercation with a Q at VCU, running up on my lady at a function. So I just hold grudges against all Qs.
Shout out to the brothers.
Yeah, I'm out of love.
Shout out to them dogs, man.
And I got friends that are Qs, but they know what it is with me.
Hey, look, first off, you can't get mad because if he didn't see you and saw your girl, he walked up to her and was like,
I'm saying I want a mango.
That was all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we was going to rumble outside, but it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to the bros at the end of the day. But on the real, I got nothing. I've watched Jalen Hurts' career, like I've said before on this podcast, at Oklahoma and Alabama. He's a winner at the end of the day, and that's an intangible you can't teach.
Well,
but in regards to the Jets, though, question, their problem is the diminished guy under center from BYU. He's gonna have a struggle for at least 2 years. He doesn't seem like he has the right chemistry with it. He has an incredible offensive line and still doesn't seem to have great chemistry with his.
That's what I got from that game Sunday morning. I was up watching that joint with Atlanta, and that's exactly what I was getting from it. The defense didn't look too bad. They started giving up too much, but in the second half, first half defense didn't look bad. Just the offense wasn't clicking.
But they don't have a good running game as is anyhow, so that's going to be a problem. And to win, to be a champion, you're going to have to pound that rock. And that's just what it is. And he, like I said, he has a great offensive line. And I'm watching the tape of the offensive line just moving Grady Jarrett, moving Deion Jones off of the line and creating opportunity for him, and it's still not getting done. So we'll see when it comes to them, but I am, though, optimistic if we're going into another topic with the Cardinals. I do think that 5-0 is for real.
Man, that Kyler Murray boy.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Hey, let me
He's
tell you
fantastic.
something. Do y'all think that this is his year, or is this a streak that you feel like is going to come to a halt sometime soon?
I mean, they're gonna lose.
No question about it. The timing of when they'll lose is what people need to be worried about, because I think they're going to win their division, but they will lose in their first playoff game.
Honestly,
I think week eight is going to be a test for them, because they got the Browns, the Texans, then they got
and the
week 8
Packers.
the Packers.
That's
game
exactly
is
what I
gonna
was
be
looking at.
interesting. Otherwise, they got week 11, which is the Seahawks, and then they got the Rams week 14,
Week 13.
Cowboys week 17, week 18, the Seahawks. I don't see too much losing going on in their schedule, so I definitely see them.
Those
I
games,
got one better for you.
they probably
I got one
go.
better.
And that depends on how the Seahawks play them this year.
They're losing on Sunday.
To the Browns?
They're losing on Sunday. The Browns are not to be trifled with. I'm telling you this right now.
They're not.
They're not to be trifled with. They are.
The dog
Will,
pound is
I think so.
definitely serious. The dog pound is serious.
They're 3-2, and they honestly probably should be either 3-1 or 5-0.
They should be 5. They should be. If we're looking at today, the way they've lost their 2 games, they should easily be 5. And
I'm not gonna be biased.
they're gonna pound the rock. They're gonna be at home. Chubb and Hunt are gonna do their thing, and I think that I predict that's my bold prediction for week 6. You guys can take me to the bank on that. That they will lose on Sunday. No question about it.
I don't see it happen.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I'll say that.
As good as the Browns have been, the Cardinals have been better. If you don't
So-
believe me, look at the record. And I know we say that. And the thing is this: games aren't won by just points; it's won by plays. It's
Right, because
about
at the end of the day,
who runs the play better and who runs the best play.
this isn't college football, so we don't run on a power ranking system. So you are what your record says you are. 5-0 is 5-0.
Yep.
But they are running. They're running into a buzzsaw. They're running into a buzzsaw because of the fact that of the time they have to play Cleveland and going to the Midwest, so to speak. They're running into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, they got them at what 405.
Right, but they have to do it from their so the Midwest, so to speak. So it's gonna be trouble. They're gonna run into some trouble. Hell, and they also have a 1:00 game against the Bears on December the 5th that they're not going to probably, in my opinion, be ready for. It's 11:00 their time. So just imagine how that's going to play with their bodies and their psyches.
I think the Bears are who we thought they were.
But that Thursday night game against Green Bay on October the 28th is going to be an instant classic. You don't want to miss it.
I think the Bears are still putting it together.
They got who they need, and that's what matters the most.
Right.
They'll be fine.
I think next year with him getting that, just like us, I think next season him getting a full off season with the offense, with the playbooks going into year 2, Justin Fields is gonna look way different. Way different.
And at the end of the day,
and I say the same thing about Trey Lance. I honestly say the same thing about Trey Lance. Full off season as the starter going into year 2, gonna look way different.
Yeah, because you can't just put a guy like Trey Lance in just packages and think that everything's gonna be okay. It's not. So I
And
agree.
if you want to be real, after Urban Meyer leaves, so is old boy. He's gonna.
Talking about Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the
Well, he's
Jaguars.
on a 4-year contract, so he's
It's
gonna be
something
with
that the Jaguars are missing, and I can't think.
talent. Fans that actually give a damn,
Yikes!
They got
that
a
cool,
bro.
they
They
got that cool pool in the stands, though.
they have a owner
That's a dirty pool,
who has a blank checkbook, and they can't get
Their
nobody.
owner is focused on beating
First
Vince
off-
McMahon.
His son is worried about.
Well, and his son is stealing money because they're still in the red. So
No. First
Hey, don't do that. AEW all day.
leave the Pringles man alone. Okay, he's got one of the coolest.
You mean Ron Jeremy? Ron Jeremy over there?
He does look like Ron Jeremy, bro. Oh
Looks
God,
just like Ron Jeremy. You know that.
oh God, he does, yo. That shit is wild. He
Yeah,
looks
I
like,
love.
bro. He looks like the Iron Sheik now.
Make him Hember. Break his back. That's what it and so that's what they need is hope.
Yo,
And
I need, some
Trevor
of those,
Lawrence is learning that
I
shit.
need some of those Persian.
Persian clubs. Hey, real talk. They will get your arms right though.
Hey man, I don't know. I'm good.
I had a weightlifter tell me that them joints is for real. They will get your
I
arms.
believe it. I believe it. The
So
way he
But
was,
I think when it comes to Jacksonville, they knew that they were going to be bad and still end up with Trevor Lawrence. The idea, though, is you got to build around him. If you build around him, eventually he was going to be bad week year one. Anybody thought that they were going to be like 5-0 or 4-1 is a fool in their life. But I think they'll be fine if they build around him properly. They should be good in about 2 years, maybe 3. Give the job back to Gardner Minshew.
nah, don't take our backup quarterback.
No, get him up out of there. He doesn't need to be in Philly. Get the
he's
job
hurt right. He's hurt right now. Anyway, he
Look,
came in hurt.
also, in case you didn't know, Dallas Goedert is on the COVID list. He will not be playing Thursday.
I saw that.
But before we get to our 2 favorite segments, let's talk about Thursday. Before we talk about these 2 segments, let's get a briefing about Thursday because that is the next football game starting of the week. Philadelphia Eagles playing Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Are they coming to the house?
That's
I think
correct.
they are. Last time I heard Tom Brady's kryptonite was the NFC East. And you know what? I don't think it's going to be Thursday. I think it's going to be a hard battle. We can win. I'm not going to say that we're going to lose. I think if we win, it's going to be a nail biter, just like Sunday. And our defense is going to have to bring the heat to Tom Brady like we did to old boy Sam Darnold last week.
Gotta watch the tape of what happened with him in New England. Give Belichick a call. Hey.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. We got to watch the tape of them from this year and just see how they're moving. I think our key is going to be in the. I think our key is going to be in the defensive backfield, trying to stop Antonio Brown from getting them long passes. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather give up the pass than to give up the run. So we cannot let Leonard Fournette get on a steamrolling path. We cannot let him run all over us like old boy was doing Hubba Chubba over there in Carolina. We can't do that. We got to shout out to him because he ran his ass off.
Yeah.
I would definitely lock in on stopping the run. Make Brady pass the ball. Make him hold the ball. Make him look for that shot and take advantage of him. Hargraves right now is playing on 10. Mike Epps is on 10. Darius Slay, 2 picks, should have got Defensive Player of the Week, but he didn't. Nelson got him his first interception. People were looking for him. We had a Ryan Kerrigan sighting. What the fuck? Josh Sweat been showing up. As long as Derek Barnett does not get 4, 5, 6 penalties like he's been doing. He did very well last game. I don't know what Alex Singleton was getting into, but he definitely almost cost us the game. Shout out to Avonte Maddox for that key stop, for that touchdown last week. I think if everybody brings that type of A game, I think we'll be good. We're due for a good game because we've always been seeing these games where the offense is on, defense is off. Defense is off, offense is on. I think we're due for a game where both of them click and gel. And I think we benefit from having a short week because we're coming off of that win, and we still got that fight. I think this is an opportunity that we can take out an upset, but it's going to come down to how we play and how we prepare.
I hate short weeks.
I think it benefits us more than it benefits Tampa Bay.
I'm going to say this. I know the lock of the week for the consensus of week 6 is really Kansas City over Washington. I would actually hazard a guess and say the lock of the week is the Buccaneers, the world champions, trouncing all over the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday night. I'm going to bet every dollar that I physically can bet to ensure that this will happen. There's no question about it. I never want.
My bad.
I've never wanted to see you guys get your asses whipped so bad in my life. Because we're going to get ours in week 8. But I know that I promise you, I think you guys are in for the beating of your lives on Thursday. It's going to happen. Father Time may be undefeated, and so is Tom Brady currently against the NFC East. He's 1-0.
That's crazy.
You guys are going to get your asses kicked. Just watch it, just like the rest of us. 7-point underdogs for a reason. You guys are going to get your asses kicked.
I'm just going to tell you something real quick, guys.
I'm not even going to provide analysis in what's going to happen. You're going to get your asses kicked.
While you're on this roll, I want you to understand. You said that y'all are going to get rolled on. Y'all already did in week 5. We watched it live. Okay, my man Daniel Jones got up and Harlem Shake in the middle of the field, and they had to bring a cart to carry him off. They couldn't bring a wheelchair. They had to bring a whole car.
We know what we got coming in LA on Sunday afternoon. That's not relevant to what's going to happen tomorrow night.
But this is what's relevant. The fact that the Eagles have the longest Thursday night football winning streak. Now, Tom Brady's record is impressive as well. But considering tradition, this is an upset that we can make happen. I'm not saying that we're not, but when does Philly play at its best? When we're underdogs, right? Ain't that?
Correct.
I'm just saying. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. Give me.
Yeah, the Eagles have a penchant for beating teams they have no business beating. This is a fact.
Yeah,
but I don't think you guys satiate that feeling on Thursday night, tomorrow night. It is going to be a problem. Make sure you guys were there when you heard me say it. It's going to be ugly tomorrow.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be ugly. I think first half is going to be. I honestly think
we play best when we're underdogs.
This nigga,
okay?
Hey, bro.
You see this? What's cracking? Tell him, Mouse. How do we play?
Mouse in the house.
Underdogs.
Mouse in the house. I'm calling Peter. I'm calling Peter. This is absurd. I mean, it's guys are riding high right now. You had a victory, beat a team again. The Eagles have a penchant for beating teams they have no business beating. But especially, I mean, I think back to like one of the worst memories I had of you guys was the night Aaron Rodgers was to kill you guys on a Thursday night, and it annoyed me to no damn end. And y'all beat him. Y'all beat him. Then it was a night that Jimmy G, Niners, riding high. And y'all beat them too. Because y'all love to perform in prime time. I'll give you that.
Don't forget, there was that one game where Tom Brady thought he was going to win, and we beat his ass too. I'm just saying.
It was a Super Bowl.
As far as Thursday,
because I don't think you guys
the
have beaten
odds-
him in the regular season. So,
as far as Thursday, the chips are stacked against us. We know this.
I will bet
But, you
everything I'm legally allowed to bet that this will happen. Legally. If I had to dip into my legal fund, I will. But legally, I will bet everything that I will bet. And hope for the best. Because, again, I fully expect if I put all my chips in against the Bucs, you guys to come out on top. Because that's how the world works against me when I bet. And that's how it should happen to degenerate gamblers like myself. But that's neither here or there either.
Put your money on Philly, man. Put your money on Philly, man.
I'm tempted at the 360 odds. It's not bad. It's not a bad investment.
Oh no! As soon as we get off of this, I'm doing that right now. As soon as we get off,
I think you might want to hold off till near game time. I think the odds may raise. That's the reason I say that. So,
you know what? I might do one sports book and then.
Yeah, because I know that happened to me at game time. I actually, believe it or not, I had bet $100 on that Giants Redskins game. And I had $364 in my pocket until Dexter Lawrence, allegedly, jumped off sides, and I lost it. And when I tell you that I moved every bit of furniture that I have left in my home, physically, I was in a state of disbelief.
So, look, I'm going Philly. You going Tampa Bay. Keys.
Every dollar I legally own.
Bam.
Every dollar I legally own. But here's one.
Cornmeal's always good.
Let's
look.
see. Kid, I got the Jaguars beating the Dolphins too. That's my other lock. So,
well,
Florida on Florida crime.
You said Jaguars beating who?
Dolphins.
Ooh, no, I got Dolphins winning.
I don't think two officials going to pull it out. I'm with Cap. I got the Jags.
He's been an utter disappointment. He's been a disappointment.
If he's not hurt. So, now for me to explain these next two segments. For those who are new here to Cloth Talk, y'all may not understand a lot of these references. You know, Choose Boy, Cheddar. It's a lot of things. We're all fans of the cinema here, right? And shout out to the late, great Aaliyah and DMX, who are both in the fantastic feature film Romeo Must Die.
A classic.
Very much a classic. So many quotables that we use a couple of them here on this show when we're referring to sports. And one of the sports we talk about, well...
Let me be clear with you. We don't play around with the NFL. It's their America.
Absolutely. So, when...
Folks, we call that a running gag.
A running gag. I like it. And this is one thing that we use on this show. So much to the point where we had to make a motherfucking segment out of this shit. So you know what? We call this one Choose Boy.
I can't have you hanging with Choose Boy.
You know, my man Isaac O'Day in this movie was hell-bent on keeping his people from hanging with Choose Boy. Choose Boy was trouble.
Yes.
And you know what? We got a segment called Choose Boy. And you want to know why? Because we want to know who's been hanging with Choose Boy this week. Everybody that we saw throughout the whole week. You got Deontay Wilder. You got, where do I start? You got Lamar Jackson.
R. Kelly.
He's been rocking with Choose Boy.
Yeah.
Have you hanging with Choose Boy.
You know what I'm saying? This is one of our favorite sound bites, one of our favorite segments since the first episode of Cloth Talk, and it was promised. I'm spitting in the camera. It's been promised that we were going to have this sound bite specifically made. I think we're the only podcast that's got a Choose Boy drop.
Can't have you hanging with Choose Boy.
I hear you, Isaac. I hear you. But you know what? This segment is for those people who've been out here fucking up. And you know what? I got somebody on my list. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I got his name so I can say this right. Because you know what? Like my man Cap said, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be Dez and get on here and start talking some bullshit. Give me 1 second so I can get the kicker's name. All right.
McPherson from Cincinnati?
Oh, no.
Nah.
Because
I'm
his
talking
simple
about-
ass is celebrating a kick.
Now, you know what? I should have gave it to kickers all around the NFL, but
Yeah,
this
that
one in
extra point.
particular, Rodrigo Blankenship, the kicker for the Indianapolis Colts. Motherfucker, let me talk to you for a second, please.
Can't have you hanging with Jews, boy.
I need you to stop hanging out with Choose Boy, drinking Four
Yeah, no.
Locos, smoking Black and Miles, doing cocaine, doing all the shit that you want to do, all type of Molly and pills. How the fuck are you a kicker wearing glasses and you missed twice? Nigga, you ain't even got to practice. You ain't even got to do walkthroughs. Nigga, your glasses are strapped to the back of your head. They're connected to your hairline.
There was a kicker worse. There was
I'm
a
trying
kicker
to
that was worse.
No, but wait. The whole point is that you went not only missed in the game, but you missed in overtime, and then missed again. Motherfucker, what do you need glasses for? I'm trying to figure this shit out. How the fuck are you the only football player that wears glasses and you miss every kick? You have no other job.
Horn rim glasses at that.
You don't got a
Horn rims.
You out there with a helmet on and cat glasses, and you can't even kick this shit through the motherfucking goalpost. You cost your team that game. I want you to know you cost your team that game. The fact that you know how bad it was? You missed the first one. Your boys looked at you and said, hey, don't worry about it. You'll get it the next time. The second time you did it, they said, hey, you know what? We're still in the game. The third time you missed, nigga, you walk to the bench by yourself.
Quentin
They
Nelson
stopped
gave him a
believing
wedgie.
in you. They stopped believing in you. Just like I stopped believing that you need to wear those motherfucking glasses.
Horn rim. and I'm very certain Quentin Nelson gave him a wedgie. You gotta like, what is wrong with you, boy? What is wrong with you, boy?
Oh my God.
Take it away, Keith.
Please.
I ain't got nothing.
Go ahead, Keith.
I ain't got nothing.
Because I'm gonna leave the sport of football in regards to Choose Boy.
I got
The
y'all.
presentation.
My bad.
Boy.
I'll drop it again for you.
Can't have you hanging with Jews, boy.
Boom. Who's been hanging with you, boy, Cap?
Kyrie Irving, get your ass in here, dog. Get your ass in here, dog. Now, I'm from the Republic of Brooklyn,
It's gonna
and
be
I got a little bit of love. I mean, everybody knows I'm a Knicks fan. Now, I ain't ashamed of that. I got a little smidgen of love for the Brooklyn Nets, just because I'm from the Republic of Brooklyn. Boy, you don't get that jab, shut the fuck up. Or at least give us a reason why you ain't trying to get the motherfucking jab. Because I understand that people around the world are not vaccinated. I can understand that. And I get that.
Vaccinating right now.
So we have our reasons, and we're not ashamed to say what their reasons are. But me, Keys Gruden, Mr. Prophet the Problem, are not about to attempt to win the NBA championship. We do not have the opportunity to win the NBA championship. Kyrie Irving,
Nor am I trying.
I don't know what you're doing. I gotta stop hanging out with Choose Boy. Go get the jab.
Can't have you hanging with Jews, boy.
Get the jab. Listen, Isaac, get the jab. Keep it moving. Your team needs you. And I don't even want y'all to win the championship, but damn it, I want a competitive edge. The championship resides in the Midwest because your man's foot is too long and it landed on the line and cost y'all some points. It cost y'all one extra point. But had he had you to play on his team in Harden, you wouldn't be in this mess. Kyrie, you're my dog. When I watch you play, I enjoy watching you play the game of basketball. You play it so eloquently. Just get the jab, bro. Just get the jab.
And while you
Join your team.
Have you hanging with Choose Boy?
These two boys don't make trouble. The reason we having this segment is to make sure y'all know who not to hang out with and be fucking up out here in these streets. Get the jab, man. And that's also just not even a political statement. At the end of the day, this shit is getting serious out here. At the end of the day, y'all. Either mask up or get the jab, do whatever is necessary, but think about your loved ones at the end of the day, y'all.
Can't have you hanging with Choose Boy.
stop hanging with Choose Boy, but on Cap's note. You read his shirt. I'm not gonna say it.
Pause.
All right. Keys Gruden, aka Keys Lipshits.
As we talk
my microphone
of this here podcast, Deontay Wilder, bring that ass here, boy.
Can't have you hanging with Choose Boy.
Hey man, 2 fights in a row he been hanging with Choose Boy, man. You went out, you got you a new trainer, Malik Scott, with the nice looking light skinned thick woman. Anyway, she ain't got nothing to do with this. You went out, you get Malik Scott, who's training you very well. I mean, y'all about the same size type of boxer. The only thing I feel like, and I've seen some of the promo and Instagram stuff, I didn't see a lot of cardio being done. That was the biggest thing. But Deontay, sir, you were no longer the bronze bomber. You couldn't. You threw 1 bomb in 2 fights. You got bombed on. Sir, you got to get back to the fundamentals, man. You got to humble yourself. Okay. Go and call Mayweather, man. Go and call. Get on the phone. Take you about 6 months to chill, cause that white boy knocked you the fuck out. All right, nigga, you was out before you hit the mat. The ref was ending the fight before you hit the mat. You went. As soon as you went, the ref said it was over. You got to get back to fundamentals, man. You let the whole black community down, apparently, because all the Facebook that was black was in Twitter. Black Twitter was in an uproar. I won't, because I knew you weren't gonna win. Thank you. You bet. Hey, I bet on the white boy. So, hey, man, go on and knock Anthony Joshua out because I can't stand his English muffin ass. And, get back to, hey, I can't stand Anthony Joshua. I'm glad he lost. Hate that nigga. That nigga got skates. He stay on skates.
Tell us why you're really mad.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah. Hey.
Mr. Gunshots.
And to that other podcast.
Say the name though. No,
I ain't gonna say the name because I like the other people. I like the other people on there. I'm gonna send this to Brandon Marshall so he can see it. I hate you, nigga. You suck. Oh my god, I didn't like you as a wide receiver. You ain't that nice for real, for real. I'm picking Ocho as the X. I ain't even got you on the Y or the Z. You somewhere on the bench. You're like number 7. I'm taking Ocho over you every time. Hell, I'm taking Fred over you every time. I'd rather Fred catch the ball than you. Hell, your wife could probably catch better than you.
Nothing wrong.
What a timely drop. What a timely drop.
So, look, that's a great segue, by the way, because our next segment is called Nothing Wrong.
Nothing wrong.
And this segment is for the things that you guys are maybe overreacting over just a little bit. Things that may seem a little bit bad now, but you're really blowing it out of proportion. And I think I got somebody who's in this category. I'm looking at you, Kansas City Chiefs fans. Things look dark right now. Your man's gone out there. He's balled out. You're coming off of this high. You want to go back to the show. Things look rough. You still got the best quarterback in the game. There's no reason to be ashamed about that. You go out there and play a good game every day. Yeah, Edwards-Helaire is hurt right now. Things look a little bit rusty. but it's still early in the season, and bumps and bruises happen. It's better they happen now than later. If you get them out the way now, you're going to have a great road ahead of you. I don't think you got a lot to worry about. Andy Reid, season head coach. You got the whole season ahead of you in health, because everybody right now is, for the most part, healthy, and they're getting a little bit healthier. Of course, I don't think bye weeks have started yet for them anyway. You still have a lot to look forward to, and I think at the end of the season, things are going to look a little bit better. People are looking at them right now. Man, I think they lost 2 games straight. Am I right? Was it 2 games? Is that right, fellas?
No, didn't they just win?
Hold on. I'm asking y'all.
They're 2-3. They're 2-3.
I was just looking at it.
You said what now?
Yeah, they just lost. They just lost to the Bills, and then they won the week before.
Yeah, they had
okay.
It seems like they're on and off, so to speak.
Yeah, they beat us the week before.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they're gonna throttle the Washington Redskins on Sunday, so don't you guys forget it.
So no. It was before they beat us. They had lost 2 games straight. And let's be fair. The game with us wasn't really a blowout. It was only a loss by 12 points. So they really got a rough outlook on themselves right now. I feel like they think that things are worse than what they really are. But you're still a very good football team going into a really easy part of your schedule. Let's take a look here right quick, not to get too deep into it. After this loss to Buffalo, you're going in to play the football team. You're going to beat them. You're going to play the Titans. You're going to beat them. You're going to play the Giants. You're going to beat them. Sorry, Cap. You're going to play. You're going to play Green Bay. That's going to be the Packer game is going to be tough. You're going to play the Oakland, not Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders. That's going to be a win. You're going to play Dallas. It's going to be a shootout, but a win. You got your bye week, week 12. It's great you have a late bye week because you come back playing the Broncos. A win. Another play against the Raiders, a win. Chargers, Steelers, Bengals, Broncos. There's not too many losses checking out, especially with the way that the Steelers look right now. So, with that being said, you feel down on yourself. Listen to my man James Brown. Take a good note. Look in the mirror and tell yourself.
There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah. Everything's going to be okay. On that note, Cap, what do you got for us?
Can I get the drop?
Nothing wrong.
Laker Nation. Nothing wrong. You're winless in the preseason. The sky ain't falling. Yes, Russ has probably a record pace for turnovers in the preseason, but there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
I promise you, next Tuesday night at Staples Center, it's gonna. You guys are gonna get everything you're looking for, and the Warriors are going to be sorry that they were first.
Team 360.
The Lakers will be fine. The Lakers will be fine. There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
They will figure it out. This is what the preseason is all about. Russ is in fantastic spirits. The King is just getting back to himself. AD, he can. Things need to be tweaked on his end, but he still looked a little sharp last night. Everything's gonna be okay in Laker Nation. Like I said, I expect good things as long as they can stay healthy and get Rondo in the proper mix because he's a real true point guard. But you didn't call everything you needed to get Russell Westbrook. But Russell's gonna be fine.
Nothing wrong.
Laker Nation, there's nothing wrong.
You know it's preseason, right?
Right. I'm just saying that all these pundits and folks have been irate at the idea that Russell Westbrook turned the ball over in the 3 preseason games.
He's hanging, so pretty much Cap is saying they think that he's hanging with Choose Boy, but really.
Nothing wrong.
It was good then, and it still is hell.
Oh, wait. You know I got you.
It was good then, and it's sure in hell still good now.
Don't fret over the preseason, folks. It's really a waste of time.
Nothing
Just
wrong.
preseason, baby.
Nothing wrong.
If I did that, I would be ecstatic right now if the Knicks are 3-0. But at the end of the day, this is for the folks who want to, jump on being upset about Laker Nation being 0-3 in the preseason.
The preseason.
Tuesday night, they will figure it out. And they'll be fine. There's nothing wrong.
At the end of the year, we'll still be holding that trophy up. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Nothing wrong.
Do a small sidebar with that. Nothing's wrong as well. This small one goes to Alabama football.
Hold on, sorry. It didn't go in time. We'll double that up.
You lost to Texas A&M, but you'll still probably be the national champions. So we're not going to even worry about that. And if you don't, the rightful national champions, Georgia, we'll keep it warm until next year anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Ohio State.
Nothing wrong.
Ohio State.
No, that is that who your nothing wrong is with, or was that your?
Oh no, I just wanted to tell Cap that it's not Georgia, it's Ohio State.
Oh, gunshots. Got it.
SEC over everything.
I only like I only like them right now because of Trayvon. Let's be real.
You know what? You said what did you say, Cap?
SEC over everything.
You know what I say? OPP over everything. I don't.
Gotta get you 5 to 10.
Hey.
In the right state.
Nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong. All right, Keys, who do you got for this segment?
I don't even have one this week, man. I don't. I'm trying to think who's overreacting. There's nothing wrong.
I'll tell you who you could talk about who they're overreacting over right now. Jalen Hurts.
It's a good one. No, that would have been last week before the win. That would have been my.
Still. You know what?
I really don't have one this week. I really don't. I didn't put any thought into it. I'm gonna be honest.
You know what? Because Keys says that he doesn't have one this week, y'all are panicking because you think there's a lack of content. But
Nothing wrong.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Keys is gonna be fine. He's gonna come up with a great topic next week, and he's gonna be ready to roll. You may think that this is a short moment, but I'm telling you, we're a bit rusty because we haven't been back on. But I assure you, next week,
Nothing wrong.
he'll be back. On that note, did y'all have anything in closing? That was all that we had. I had for this edition of Cloth Talk today. What about y'all, fellas?
Well, I mean, great show as always. I'm glad that I've actually made it to the end this time, unlike my last early demise that took place. But that's neither here nor there.
You were dressed well, though.
Thank you. We want to definitely keep this thing moving and grooving. So you, John Q or Jane Q viewer, make sure you're sharing this to whomever. We're definitely trying to get our name out there and again, eventually get syndicated. So then we'll probably have to cut out the bullshit, but y'all don't really want that. However, we hope to be back either next Tuesday or Wednesday, providing this solid content for you all. But thanks again to you, the viewer. And I will leave you in closing with the words of the immortal Fat Joe.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I like it. Hold on. You know what? I like it. I like the drop. What you got, Keys? Any last words?
No, man. I miss you guys, man.
Yeah, man. It's a long time missing. But you know what? Just like I said before,
Nothing wrong.
we back. And you know what? We back
Better than ever.
Back bigger, better than ever. Here to talk the Cloth Talk. And you know what I'm saying? Get your cigars. We here to talk. It's just the fellas coming to talk sports as we normally do. But you know, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit of a twist. We get it in. We get it in easy. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I don't like the way I said that.
Pause.
I get at myself.
Yeah,
But
tighten
you know
that
what
shit
I'm
up,
saying? My bad, dog. My bad. Sound like I've been hanging with you, boy. But
bro.
whole thing is we're gonna continue to try to make it fresh. That's what the segments are for. This was a little bit different this time. We're trying to format this. Like you said, man, we're trying to get people to recognize what we're doing right here. Just two Eagles fans and a Giants fan right here. Shout out to my man Jay Croft still out there. You know, he's gonna pop in doing his thing sometimes. Shout out my boy Dom out there doing his thing one time. Croft talk is the business. If y'all don't know, y'all should know. I don't know why you're lost. If you are lost, stop hanging with Choose Boy. You heard the shit we said, man. Either way, Private the Problem, Shot P, my man Keys Lipshits, aka Keys Gruden. And we out, man. I'll catch up with y'all later. By the way, like and subscribe, all that shit. Cloth Talk. Yeah.